Hey, what's up everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so reports are Rob Pelinka does not want to involve 2 picks in a trade. Good. Good. Like, literally. I'm telling you guys, and I'm the one saying it. I think I'm the only person on the internet saying this. You're going to be glad you got past this microwave era with your picks, man. You just are. If you can get through this, and I know it's hard, for Rob and for everybody in the front office who are being judged for not moving, judged on an improper scale. You should have bought some garbage. Why? So you can go back and bash him for it later when it doesn't work out? You should do this. No, we should not. We only have 3 picks. Why are we using 2 of them? And that's the point. I was listening to Sean Davis on Twitter. He was saying, man, he's getting irritated because the idea that you don't want to use picks in a trade is outdated. Nobody's saying at all that these maneuvers should not involve picks. I'm saying we shouldn't be involved in these maneuvers because you don't have picks. You only have 3 of them. And I hear DTLF talking about, okay, well, we're going to be replenishing them soon. Not really, because if we keep mortgaging them, we're only going to have 3 for the next year. This is 2024, a one single year, and you want to use 2 picks, you only have 3. What you going to want to do next year? What are you going to want to do the year after that? What are you going to want to do the year after that? Every single year, these people want trades. Every single year, they want movement. They demand movement. It's not feasible to do that, though, because you've already mortgaged so much of your future. You already have so many picks wrapped up in Anthony Davis. So while I can agree that the idea that you don't want to trade picks could potentially be annoying if you have plenty of them, but if you don't have plenty of them, and the field is trying to deplete you of the little that you have, what is it what you're going to be able to do when it's time to make moves tomorrow? You're going to sit on whatever it is you made trade for today. Dorian Finney-Smith? You want to be stuck with Dorian Finney-Smith for 5 years, whether it wins or loses? I mean, come on, man. People got to get out of the idea that the Lakers are building from a position of a lot. It's almost like people think we have plenty and we're being stingy. No, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's all you got. 1, 2, 3. So if you're willing to give away 2 for a move in 2024, 2025, you got 1 to work with. And you keep kicking the can down the road. You're not going to be involved in any drafts between now and 2030 something. Like, what do people not understand about this? Every single draft pick represents a team's single year's production. You can't be throwing years away. You're throwing years away. I can see if every team was accredited 3 draft picks per season, then it would be like, okay, why aren't we using them? You get 1 a year. We've already given away many of them already. And so for me, it's like, that's just good math. It's not outdated thinking. It's rationing what you have. Now, I can see if we had plenty and it's just an idea that we ain't going to trade picks while everybody else is trading picks. That makes all the sense in the world, and we're thinking outdated. But if you only have 3 picks, and you're in a room full of people who have nothing but picks, and they're telling you it takes picks to trade, you're the ones with the picks. Trade amongst each other. I'm not going to be able to work like that. I don't have it like that. You're sitting in a room with OKC, Boston, New York, San Antonio. Of course, they going to sit back and say, yeah, it takes picks to make moves because they know each other have surplus of it. They got plenty. Now, if all of them teams had 3 picks and you're the ones with 1,000 of them, do you think they would be demanding a pick from every trade that you make? No. They would, or rather, do you think they would be offering up picks to make moves? Hell no. Hell no. They would be trying to play the same game that Rob Pelinka's playing, which is, I don't have picks, so I ain't trading. See, that's what kills me. That's like being in a room full of billionaires and you ain't got no money, and all the billionaires are saying it costs to sit with us, and you're sitting here trying to figure out how you can sit with them. You can't sit with them. And they're going to sit up here and say, well, you outdated because this is what it takes to sit in here, and what type of old thinking are you? It's like, yeah, but you have. I don't. Y'all can make a normal environment or a culture of trading money back and forth. I don't have it. So whether you consider me outdated or not, I think the truth of the matter is if I had it, it's not like I'd still stand on this hill. I don't have it. And so that's really what it is. The Lakers, plus you got to understand, beyond the shadow of a doubt, and everybody who follows me, I'm sure you do, because I talk about it every day. Your rebuild is likely imminent. So you are less responsible for tossing picks away than most teams are who have younger cores. LeBron is 40. He could be a free agent next year. You could be thrust into your rebuild next year, and you're trying to tell me you're not going to have no picks until 2020, 2030, 2031? You're going to give him a last hurrah team, mortgage the rest of your picks away, and then when it's time for you to be bad, you're going to have nothing to show for it but a bad team year in and year out. What part of that people don't understand? Your team is going to suck a lot worse than it is right now, and you're not going to be able to make any moves. You're not going to be able to benefit from draft picks that come into your team and flush in a new era. You won't have any of that because you would have gave it away for Dorian Finney-Smith and whoever else you want to trade these picks for. If you're a fan of the Lakers, like the team itself, you should fear that reality more so than you fear whatever you're concerned about with this upcoming season. One of many losing seasons if you keep on this path. So no, I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. I can't afford to. No, I'm not going to pretend I can just because everybody else is looking around saying you're out of style. Yes, I am. I don't have the picks. They're not there. Now, if I wanted to be stupid about my situation, I'm going to take the 3 picks I have, throw it into the pot of all those teams that have a million picks just to fit in for 5 minutes. And you know what I'm going to find out? In 5 minutes, going to be up, and they're going to kick me out the room because I ain't going to have no picks, let alone the 3 that I just gave away. The Lakers need not do anything else for this era. Nothing at all. Because at the end of the day, you're going to lose LeBron James for absolutely nothing. You can't trade him away at this point because you gave him a no-trade clause. So you're going to lose him for absolutely nothing. And Anthony Davis is going to be on the hook looking around saying, bring me some talent. And ain't nobody going to be able to make any moves because you didn't trade away all the picks that would otherwise put you in a position to do so. So what you think he going to want to do? Or you think you're just going to sign think a superstar is going to come through the door when LeBron leaves? You can't even get Klay Thompson washed behind to come play for your team. You can't even get hometown dudes. DeMar DeRozan won't even take a pay cut to come play for you. What makes you think you're going to get the next superstar when your team is depleted of all of its picks? What type of delusion are we living in at this point? That's what I'm asking, Laker Nation. Are we this delusional that we think when LeBron James skedaddles off to the thin air, somebody's going to come and flush in and save us like he did? When we weren't even smart enough to recognize 1, 2, 3 shouldn't be -2? I mean, what are we talking about, man? Nobody's coming to save you. What's going to save you is you being frugal with them damn picks. That's what's going to save you. I applaud Rob Pelinka for not wanting to use those picks. And I hope to God Jeannie understands that the peanut gallery should not put pressure on her to get rid of somebody who's doing math correctly. He's doing math correctly. If he's not trying to give away picks for Dorian Finney-Smith, he's doing his job. I don't care what 100 million people say. If they're all headed off a cliff, they all die today. I'm not going with them. I'm going to stay on this side while they all flush off, and I'm trying to figure out how I can handle my future because I'm not thinking about them. Let them do what they do. Let them fuss and huss and huff and puff. I don't care what y'all do. I'm going to have my 3 picks at the end of this process, and when I draft those picks, we're going to have a whole opportunity to have a brand new rebuild that's going to flush in not only new talent, but make us attractive enough for the free agent talent who would otherwise want to come here. That's what keeping my picks is going to do for me. It's going to make it so that I don't look like a goofy later on. It's bad enough we look like a goofy right now. At least it's for a purpose. I'm telling y'all, man, you mortgage everything for LeBron James, LeBron leaves, you suck for a long time. That is the reality that most of y'all do not want to fathom because you're too busy thinking about this microwave era that you in. It's the devil in the details of the microwave era. It's what you suffer for being microwave minded. long time failure that are going to have moments in it that you're going to want out of, and you're not going to be able to get out of it. At some point in time, you got to bite the bullet, and the time is now when you still have 3, which can replenish to 4, which can replenish to 5. And once you start getting to 5 and 6, then you can start subtracting 2. Once it's not more than what you have in remaining. It's like some of y'all, I know y'all ain't never been broke. I know y'all ain't never been broke. Because the way you want to treat these picks tells me that you don't know nothing about saving no damn money. You don't know nothing about how having to scrounge 3 of any damn thing. You want us to throw all 3 in at once. For what? For a role player? Your third best player? You're going to throw in 3 picks for your third best player? Well, he's a superstar. He ain't going to be when he's next to Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Think about it. Trae Young ain't Trae Young next to AD and Bron. He's D'Lo. Like, literally, that's the type of scoring you expect from him when he comes in. He's going to be reduced to a third man wheel role. So, nah, man, look. As long as Rob can ignore the peanut gallery, and it's a lot of y'all, as long as he can ignore you, he will make you happy in the long run by making it so that we can do more later on than you're able to do right now. This season, it's a wash. It's a wash whether we make trades or we don't. It's a wash. Why? Because we have mortgaged so much that we are incapable of building something that's going to be better than these teams. You don't have it. You're going to need somebody to do you a favor of the highest order to build something that's going to make you a champion. So if you can't build a champion, then what are you actually asking Rob to do? What are you asking him to do? Trade away the little that we have left in tradable equity so that you can build something that's going to come up short any damn way? You're not beating OKC. You're not beating Minnesota. You're not beating Denver with none of these moves y'all trying to make. None of them. But what you can do is be disappointed at the end of that process and not be able to undo it because of what it took to build that, which is going to take you 2 picks. The whole field knows you're warring with this. The whole field hears the peanut gallery putting pressure on you to do something stupid like that. And guess what that peanut gallery is going to do later on? They're going to be putting pressure on you to get the hell out of here for doing the same thing that they pressured you into doing. I cannot stress it enough. F them all. Every last one of y'all. We are not trading picks if I have any control over it. I'm not going to be moved by none of you if I'm him. None of you. Because at the end of the day, it's my responsibility to keep this franchise afloat. And just because a bunch of people want right now microwave-minded team to be, just good enough so you can feel good about yourself, the reality is y'all going to be the same ones huffing, puffing, crying, and demanding, and you're not going to get what you want then either. So which is it, Laker Nation? Do you want to be disappointed now when it makes more sense while you still have 3 picks? Or do you want to be disappointed later when you trade away them damn picks and then find yourself not good enough and want things undone then? Either way, you ain't going to be happy. You might as well live in the unhappiness you're in right now. Then to do whatever it is that's going to make you temporarily happy, only to find out it ain't going to make you happy in the long run. I'm telling y'all, man, I ain't listening to none of you. The more I hear people say we need to make trades, the more I feel rebellious in actually supporting doing so. I don't want to make any trades. None. Because any trade we make is going to involve trading picks. And if we trade away picks, we're going to be forced into an unnatural rebuild. At least right now, I have 3 picks, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They can drag what they have as far as it's going to go. If I trade away my picks, bring myself short of what I have, and then lose Bron and Anthony Davis, I got nowhere to go. Can't move nothing. Can't do nothing. It's just stuck. We've seen what it looks like when a team is stuck. Do y'all remember when Blake Griffin was in Detroit and they weren't getting no picks? You know what Brooklyn looked like these last 2 years? You know what Chicago's looked like these last 3 years? That's what stuck. That's what y'all trying to usher us into by putting pressure on Rob Pelinka to make trades with picks involved. You're trying to usher us into a no man's land hell with nothing to show for it. bringing in players that you're misevaluating at expensive prices. That's exactly what y'all asking them to do. Hell no. Absolutely not. BDL 44, I thank you all for watching. I'm out.